What if season 2 is upon us? And this episode right here is titled What If Nebula Joined the Nova Corps? Nebula sets out to prove her detective chops when she is recruited to join the Nova Corps. And what I like about this series already is some of these characters I'm really into. Some of them I am not. To be honest with you, Nebula is one of them that is not my favorite. So when I first heard these episodes was coming out, this one in particular, I was like, okay, can I skip this one? Do we have to see it? But I'm glad that I did give it a chance because it was pretty decent. I just really like this show because it just flips things on you that you've never seen before. It's the multiverse. We've all heard the concept of how it works is that, any decision could result in a million different outcomes. Whether you sniff here, cough, pass gas, whatever, and I really do like that, especially with Jeffrey Wright coming through. But this first episode starts off, and I really did like it because going back, we know, of course, Nebula, Karen Page from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, directed by James Gunn in 2014. Ronan the Accuser cleanse it. He was at the bows of Thanos. But at the very beginning of this episode, we find out that Ronan the Accuser betrayed Thanos and killed him. And was like, no, I want to wreck shop. I want to reign supreme. Okay. I am not just going to hunt down these infinity stones and just give them to you. I'm gonna keep it for myself and have all the power. And what if Ronan the Accuser did that in the Guardians movie? He didn't. He gave it to Thanos, and we knew what happened. But again, this is a story to where it completely flips that on its head, and we get something else. Another thing is Yondu, a character that I am really, really fond of. He's always in James Gunn's stories, his movies, his TV shows. Very great character. A lot to him. But at the very beginning of this episode right here, Yondu is dead. And we don't know who exactly did it. Now we could possibly speculate, towards the end. Maybe it was the Nova Prime that murdered him. But this was just very, very interesting to me. And I like how everything started off. Because when I pressed play on this episode, I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and hurry up and get to episode 2, where we're gonna have Black Panther. But already I like the very beginning of this because we're just really getting a different perspective on everything. As far as Ronan murdering Thanos, Yondu being dead, and also not Nova, excuse me, but Nebula joining the Nova Corp. Something that we really haven't seen in the MCU. So they're just giving us all of this new information right here. And I really did appreciate that. Also, just the expansion of technology here. Ronan is wanting to go around wrecking shop on everybody. He wants to take over Xandar and be their ruler. Like I said, that's why he took out Thanos. But the fact that they have this protective shield all around their city and it will last for 50 years, I thought that was a pretty cool concept as well, too. Can you imagine something like that on Earth? It's not like we can leave anyway, but just imagine what that would look like in real life if we had a whole protective shield around the planet. We're getting pieces of that in this What If season 2. And mind you, when I was watching this episode, I was saying to myself, wait a minute, Yondu is dead at the very beginning, but we see that arrow that was flying around went to Nova. And I said to myself initially, like, okay, how is this possible? Who is controlling the arrow? How did it get there? And were y'all kind of thinking the same thing I was thinking, or y'all thinking something completely different? And again, Nebula is not a character that I'm just fond of, but we kind of see her in a detective point of view, while Nova Prime, who was I forgot who was playing this character in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I think was it Glenn Close? Was it Glenn Close? I think it was. Let me try to look that up real quick. Now, she did not reprise her role in this, but I am glad that a lot of people are reprising the roles. Yes, it was Glenn Close. You know, she was playing. Yeah, thank you, Rutsu. I do appreciate it. You know, she is the one that set Nebula on her mission to find out the schematics that were in the arrow. I'm like, okay, Nova, let's see what you got going on. Now they go to this casino right here, and all of the Howard of the Duck fans should be happy. I am not one. Howard the Duck is just not a favorite character of mine. I don't really have anything against him, but you know, if I've never seen Howard the Duck ever again in my life, I would be a-okay with it. I would not lose a minute of sleep. Shout out to Larry with Today I Feel Like, because he's obsessed with the character. But it was interesting to see Howard Duck in this. I liked him. He was kind of funny to me. Towards the end of the episode where Nova, not I keep saying Nova, Nebula got beat up and she fell over on the casino machine. She made the money come out. He was like, "Oh damn, this is bad." And it wasn't because Nova, I keep saying Nova, that Nebula was hurt and passing out and was about to die. He was like, damn it, these machines are not supposed to play out, and that, to pay out. And that was funny to me. I did like that. That was, I got a good laugh out of that. So, that's just another good way to, throw in some comedic moments, some comedic elements kind of in a serious situation. But I mean, we can all take these lightly anyway. But again, we don't just get Howard the Duck. We get, a few other members of the Guardians of the Galaxy. We get Groot in here. We don't get Rocket Raccoon, and that would have been nice. But we also get Korg. And I think the actor that fulfilled his role in Thor Ragnarok came back to voice the character as well. And so that was pretty cool right there. That was pretty cool too. Um, Now I want to ask y'all, especially Barutu. I mean, is this something that you would want to see in live action as well? I do, just because of the scope of everything. It kind of gave me some Star Wars vibes when they're on, all of the planets, showing all of the ships and vehicles flying around and just showing how big the buildings are and all the construction. Those are the vibes that I was getting watching this with all the corridors. Like, man, how would that look in live action? That would be pretty cool. I like that. But even before that, when Nebula is at the casino talking to Howard the Duck. It's like, hey, I know you have some information here. Where can I get it? She tells him, hey, you're gonna have to go break out young Rog, from prison. Now, whoever can tell me where young Rog was from in the actual MCU, you get a star. You're gonna get a virtual high five, through the camera. Because like right now, I can't remember. But she breaks him out of jail, and I'm like wondering to myself, I'm like, okay, how they gonna get out of here? They're in the middle of this arena looking type, you know, space here, and they're surrounded by armed guards. Okay, she has a little, little think pad right here. Boop, 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 boop. Opens it up. All the prisoners come out. She cuts off the lights. Is this your plan? He was like, give me some credit. Boop, boop, boop. And they're out of there. And so very, very smart. And thank you, Barutu. Captain Marvel, you are correct. You are correct. Get a gold star. Bam. There's your high five right there. Thank you. I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all know about Charlie with Emergency Awesome. He has what, 3 million subscribers. He used to high five at the end of all his videos, but you know, yeah. And so they break out of there. And I also like how Nebula was 2 steps ahead, like, hey, player, don't even try it. I've already deactivated the ejectocito cuz you can't get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And so there you go. Be thankful, man. Don't be trying to get over on people. But then they go to this facility and they break in. They have to go through water, and it's no thing for Nebula because she's a cyborg. With feelings and emotions. Do y'all think that Nebula has a soul? Because she might. But they find out that the schematics are basically the codes for the world dome and this protection, and that somebody is trying to steal the codes so they can possibly give it to Ronan. So she's trying to get control of them and also delete everything. And that's what she does. And I personally did not see this coming. Young Rog betrayed her, trying to steal the information. and left her for dead. And when she fell, when she was trying to escape but couldn't, and went in the water, and that explosion went down. Of course, I'm no expert or scientist or nothing like that. But I was saying, well, will you be okay? You are a cyborg. I know it's an explosion, but you are deep in water right now. I think the water will protect you. And apparently it did. Apparently it did, you know. But as soon as she gets out, man, she finds out that Glenn Close's character betrayed her. Miss Prime here, Nova Prime, and they beat the crap out of her. Now, one of my little nitpicks right here, I was saying to myself, she was like, I hate when they're like, finish the job and then let me know when it's done. No, Nova Prime, you should have stayed there right there and witnessed Nebula getting killed herself. But you was on some other stuff. And they're going to pull out the little electrical batons here and beat her. I don't understand why all of them didn't have a gun and just light them up. They decided to pull out the guns and shoot at Nebula when she was running away. So that was kind of stupid to me. If you go back and look at it, like they just wanted to. I mean, I guess it's just pride and ego. Like, yes, we're controlling. There's nothing you can do about it. Stab, stab, stab. Shock, shock, shock. But Nebula's strong. She got away and she jumped off the cliff. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's dumb. But she escapes. She goes back to her crew and they make her, they heal her up and all that. And what's interesting is the only way that she got Howard the Duck on board, it was like, well, if here's the plan, Ronan the Accuser is going to coming and he's trying to take over. Okay, Nova Prime betrayed us. She got some of her henchmen with them too. They're trying to do a coup. He don't care about nothing except like, okay, your liquor license will be taken away. That's when he wants to pull out all the guns and stuff. However, I'm not gonna lie, it was dope as hell to see Howard the Duck with a red bandana and going around shooting. I guess one of the reasons why they did not want to have Rocket Raccoon in this episode as well, because Groot was there. I am Groot. I don't even know if it was Vin Diesel. They probably didn't want to have two small animals running around, both with guns, but that's the only thing I can think of. But everybody loves Rocket, though. I'm like, why won't you bring Rocket back? Come on now, that don't make no sense. And I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be over. I knew that she was going to get out of it some way, but I did not see it coming where Nebula was like, oh, not a double cross, a triple cross. When you said that I had to protect Nova Prime or the Nova Corps, with no question, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it was something in your tone that gave everything away. And I knew you was double crossing me. So I had some plans and I saw it coming a mile away. And I was like, I like that right there. And I thought it was so damn clever for her to reverse it to where you're going to let Ronan the Accuser into the bubble, but then close the shields on his ship. Very, very nice. I really did like that. I did not see that coming. And also the action that went through all this as well. It was just nice seeing all them fly around. Not fly around, but all of the Guardians and Korg and them try to fight, their way out of this. So that was cool right there too. I did like that. Very, 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 very nice. And also, we saw Nebula, she put on, to pay homage to her homie. Damn, what is his name? Yandu. She put on the little thing to control the arrow, and it looked good. Nova Prom over there whining, why didn't you join me? We could have done this together. And the thing about it is, it's like, what do you do? What if you was Nova Prime, what would you have done in this situation? They closed off the shield. I mean, they closed off the planet Nova Corps with the shield for 50 years, and they've been living like this for at least 5. But they said it was ruining their home world. People were turning on each other. They didn't get access to nothing else, and everything inside the bubble was bad. So she felt that she had to give control to Ronan for them to flourish. But Ronan is a dictator. He's evil. I mean, what did you really expect? Nova Prime said that, hey, he promised that he would still give me a leadership position if I let him in. Do y'all really think that Ronan the Accuser would have done that? Excuse me. I don't. So shame on you, lady. Shame on you. She took an oath, but she broke it while still in my leadership position. A coon, you know. But she tries to shoot Nebula, falls off the cliff. And what's great is that Ronan, the episode ended, Ronan, the accuser, um, I said Ronan the accuser, that's not his name. Ronan, he's dead, but they get to open up their borders again as well. So it was like knocking out two or three birds with one stone. You know, you solve everybody's problems on the home world, you take out Ronan, and you take out all the spies as well. It's just a win for everybody. So that's cool right there. I really did like that. I mean, it was decent. It wasn't the best episode ever. Uh, you know, but I enjoyed it. It was better than what I thought it would turn out to be. And so, you know, you guys let me know what y'all thought about the first episode of What If, season 2, episode 1, titled What If Nebula Joined the Nova Corps? Again, it was pretty good overall. It was pretty good. It was better than I expected. So whether you're watching this via live on the replay, please let me know what you thought about the episode. I would really appreciate that.